It's Thursday night. It's 8:15. We're normally on, of course, at 8:30, but we wanted to have a bit of a longer show, a little bit of a World Cup special tonight. Gary Lentin, no, that's not him. That's not him. That's about a third of him. That's Couch Critic sitting there on the other side. In fact, Couch is hosting the show. So any comments on the show, any obscenities under the name Good for the Game, there's the man you got to blame. Couch, how's it going?
How's it, Brent? No, I'm good, thanks. I just feel like probably like Jacob Zuma or someone. No one really wants to see or hear me tonight. They're all here for Gary.
Yeah, well, Gary will be joining us shortly. The last I heard, he was waiting for a lift to come and lift him up. So first of all, thanks to all the guys in the live chat. And just Couch, before Gary joins us, just to talk about our plans over the World Cup. We're going to do a show every night at 9 o'clock, certainly for the group stages, till we get out of the group stages. So guys, you can tune in every night at 9 o'clock. There'll be a show. What we'll do is we'll review the day's play, and we'll also have the betting angle on the next day's play. So it's a bit of a mixture. If you're a punter, you'll enjoy it, and hopefully you'll also get something out of it if you're a non-punter. We'll have a wide variety of guests. I don't think the show will be that long, except potentially on a sort of a Friday night or something if there's 3 games the next day. But generally speaking, I would imagine we're looking at sort of 15, 20, 25-minute shows. So looking forward to that. And Couch, of course, you're going to be hosting quite a few of those because I'm going to be traveling a little bit.
Yeah, Brent, I'm looking forward to it. We obviously running with Oracle's idea of just getting a bit more banter going and keeping the guys interested throughout the big event. You know, it only comes around once in 4 years, so we got to make use of it. So rather than having one chat a week, we're going to try and do it as often as possible, and hopefully every night. So I'm sure there'll be something we can chat about and someone we can rope into studio to talk to us. And even though we'll probably just talk about the games in general, we'll definitely end up having some ideas on punts to take, that's for sure.
Excellent. Well, there are quite a lot of prizes up for grabs tonight. I know Gary was going to give away quite a few vouchers, so we better not wait too long before we get going because we don't want to overlap with the rugby program. Guys, in fact, here's Uncle Gary coming in now. I like the name. How are you, Gary?
Hey, I'm good, and you, Brent?
Yeah, very well, thanks, man. That's I don't know if you've ever met. He's a big fan of you guys. He punts regularly with you. It's Couch Critic, Hein de Mont.
Yeah, hey, Han, how you doing?
Hi, Gary. Good, thanks. Welcome.
Good. Thank you very much.
So, Gary, yeah, we've just introed. We've got I can't see I can see the live chat. I can't comment on the live chat necessarily this time, but Couch is going to be running the back end for us. And I said he may as well join us here and help us with a few questions.
Excellent. That's fantastic. You know what I mean? Look forward to having on board, and let's see where we go.
Excellent. Well, Gary, just quickly on the World Cup, the fever is building big time, I know, amongst the punters. I've got a number of bets down now. Guys are starting to go wild. What sort of turnover are you guys seeing coming through there? Big excitement?
Yes, there is, Brent. And you get the WhatsApps all the time from the people that are still in the office now. And yeah, I mean, the last bet we received, I don't want to mention people's name, but he took a rugby double SA Pool B to win onto Scotland Pool A winner. Okay. Spent 1,000 rand to win 13,000. Okay, excellent, you know. So yeah, it's coming in all the time, all sorts of different sizes and shapes and everything, you know what I mean? There are guys there looking for the +6.5 South Africa, +7.5 South Africa. There are guys looking for the Hail Marys and a lot in between as well. But there's definitely a lot of action.
Excellent. And I'm gonna ask Couch to kick us off with the first question, Gary, because you want to give away a few vouchers tonight. So let's just go through some of the ground. Maybe you just take us through the ground rules of how you qualify to win a voucher, just so we don't have any misunderstanding.
Okay. Right. So for people to win it, they have to have wagered 1,000 rand with GG Gaming before the start of tomorrow's first World Cup match. If they haven't, they're automatically disqualified. It's like pitching outside the leg stump, and I'm obviously going to be the third umpire and everything. So they have to wager 1,000 rand over the 2 years. We've been doing the show now for what, Brent? Nearly a year, I would imagine.
Yes, about a year.
More than a year, because I remember doing shows from Ibiza last year, which was over 15 months ago. So, you know what I mean? It's not a huge criteria for people to meet. And I mean, at the end of the day, it is about entertainment and everything, but we like to be generous and give away a lot of things. And I think we're entitled to having some type of punter loyalty for that and not asking a lot. If you wager 1,000 rand, since GG's open, you automatically qualify. You don't have to do anything else.
And I mean, before the World Cup starts as well, means that if there are some new guys out there who've stumbled upon the show, they can always open an account tomorrow morning and put 1,000 rand bet on and still qualify for the prize.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to have any like rollover clauses that it had to be on a 10-1 shot or an even money. Not at all. I mean, a guy could go in there, open an account, put in 1,000 rand and put it all on Japan if he wanted to, right?
Excellent. Well, let's get Couch to kick us off. Couch, you were telling me you got a bit of a knowledge of Japanese. How about a bit of an interesting question to get us going from the Japanese culture?
Geez, Brent, I think the only word I know is sushi. But okay, let's give this a try. We know that after Gary's talk last week, we were all in a happy mood. So as soon as you get a GG Gaming voucher from him, what is the word for thank you?
So the Japanese word for thank you is what we're looking for.
Even I know that one. You know what I'm saying?
Do you? I must admit, I didn't. So
you don't. If you say thank you very much, I'll help you. The first word would be domo. Am I correct?
Is he correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, but we're not looking for domo. We're looking for the second word. I'm going to go in the chat there as well and see if anybody's got that. Ruan Fari.
Ruan started in Japanese. That's wrong, Ruan. You made it. I can tell you, Ruan's made a spelling mistake.
Oh, yes. That second letter there, where it's a 6, it should be a 9. I got it. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Couch, you can keep an eye on that and see who's first in with it. Anybody got it yet?
I think what we have to do is give everybody a minute, because otherwise we're giving away $1,000 every 5 minutes. But we're doing competitions, I would think, where you can't go online and win stuff. You know what I'm saying? You have to know the stuff or be lucky. I would think, look, Zach Block, it's going to be a hard one there because, and Peter, they sort of, I think that pretty much, I think Peter Stravino wins it. What do you think?
Yeah, Peter's the winner there. Tomarigatu.
Yeah. So there you go. We have our first winner, the first R1,000. Brent, we're going to have to watch the show again tomorrow, you and I, to get down who all these winners are. Am I right?
Yeah, no, it's going to be heavy.
Okay. So are we going to talk anything in between the competitions?
Yeah, I think we must talk about a rugby. And let's talk, Gary, first of all, tomorrow's game. It's Japan against Russia. Now, we all know the punters climbed into the early minus 19.5 available a few months ago. And now, I don't know what GG's sitting at, but I know the market's generally around 40.5 points.
Yeah, 39, 40 points roughly. That's where it is. So, I mean, the 19.5, they can obviously lock in the 20 points. Unless they're convinced that Japan are going to win by more than 40, then why go lock in money? You know what I'm saying? I'm a firm believer that every bet you have is a new bet, you know? And it's a bit stupid to go there. If you've got minus 7 a team, why go and sometimes take the plus 9? You know what I mean? And give yourself just a little 2-run or a 2-point market. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to say, well, hold on, I think they're going to win by 7, more than 7. Doesn't matter that the market's moved out to 10 or 11, whatever it is. I'm sticking with my guns. But 39, 40, it makes you think, doesn't it? I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know. You know, we don't even know what the conditions are. I mean, I think tomorrow's going to be okay, but you have to. I think you may as well just wait and see what the conditions are like before you go and have a go and see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
I've had
8 games. Why do you have to go get involved straight away in Russia taking on, you know what I mean, Japan?
It's a good point. You don't necessarily, and I know a lot of the guys watching the show are already very involved in the minus, but we've all seen these situations before. There was I think it was a Sharks v Kings game a few years ago or something like that, where everybody got on, let's just say Sharks minus 14, and they started minus 35, and they won by 7. You know,
right.
So
at the
end, but what a great feeling. But I mean, at the end of the day, unless you've got a massive bet on, there's no real value in trading, in my opinion, unless, in fact, for some reason you actually now feared you got the call wrong at the start. But if you think you got the call right, then you may as well sit it out.
100%. And I mean, it also comes down to the fact that we're betting in running, right? Right up until the 70th minute, you got your chance. So, you know, if you're on at 19 or 20 or even 25, even 30, you may as well just wait and see where it goes and then decide what you want to do. You know, even if, let's take an unlikely scenario that Japan lead 16-6 at halftime, only 10 points, right? You're still going to come up with a spread of 30, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be anything but 30 at that stage. So you're still going to give yourself a big spread and you've been able to watch. If they lead 26-0, which is also quite feasible, then you're going to be able to get on at plus 60 or plus 55, something like that, and then lock in a massive, massive market. So there's different strategies and ways of playing the game. If, let's say, we haven't got the minus 19, Brent. Well, I don't. You might have it.
I didn't take it. I couldn't tie it up.
So we don't have the luxury. We don't have that luxury, right? So now let's go through, if we have to have a bet, right? what would we do at 39.5?
I would say they got the cap about right now, personally.
I'll give you. It's a good cap.
Yeah, I would look elsewhere now for value in that game.
Yeah. World Cup starts when Argentina plays France.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Obviously, they're playing before South Africa play New Zealand, right?
Yes, yeah, that's in fact, yeah, it's a 9 o'clock game. I'm going to be on a flight to PE, unfortunately, at that time. Gary, any news on the competition predicting the box starting 15?
No, I haven't even looked at that yet. Sorry, Neil. I'll have a look at that a little bit later.
Sean Nicholas reckons under 64 points there in the Russia game.
Under 64 points. You know, if you've taken Japan plus 19.5, minus 19.5, then that's a perfect cover. That is the perfect cover under 64.5, because, you know, to lose that bet, that you need Russia to go and score 20-odd points. You know what I'm saying? 23 points. That's not going to happen, you know. I like that. That's pretty smart. I like that bet of Sean's there. By the way, how's our over goals going every single week, Brent? Have you been following that, Han? We're running at about 7 out of 7 until last week. I tipped Arsenal more than 3.5 goals.
Yes, remember? True.
And that comfortably came in at 2-2. Well, I don't know about comfortably, but it's 3.5. And we tipped, we went as far as not even tipping Man City, thinking they would win, but we said over 4 goals in that game. You know, we did say that Norwich would score goals, and they did.
And there were 5. We just expected City to score more of them, I guess.
Gary, I think you could have just gone over on goals for anyone playing Man City and Arsenal, because those oaks have got 0 defense.
Absolutely nothing. It's an absolute joke. Although City did keep out those clowns last night and keep a clean sheet, but I guess anybody would have. You know what I'm saying? Except Gary? For maybe Spurs. But I think it's time for a competition, Brent.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm just going to highlight there, the time's ticking. We need to give another voucher away. What are you thinking?
First scoring play tomorrow.
Okay. What are we going to say? What it's going to be and by which team?
Yes, exactly. Japanese try, Russian penalty, whatever. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? I'd fancy a guy like Zach probably come with a Russian convert. But that's not going to really happen, right? But, you know, first scoring play.
We should have asked him for names there.
No. Just first scoring play. And the person that comes out first on the screen now, that's the person that's going to win it, right? If that first person to get it right.
Well, we got Sean Nicholas, Japan try. I think he's the first. So anybody who's gone below him, Japan try, is not a runner here. We got Ruan Farid on Russia penalty.
Right.
And then Japan penalty, Alpha Werner, because, there's a good chance Japan will take it. So we've certainly got, I think, all options covered there, Gary. So that one will obviously be given away tomorrow, R1,000 voucher.
Yeah, and you know, smart there, Bobbin. What about the only one that people haven't? I suppose a penalty try counts as a Russia try if it goes to Russia. That's fine. Let's give Kevin Turner, if it's a penalty try either side, good enough.
Okay, so Kevin's in the running there as well on that one. Yeah. And okay, now that's good. Well, that's just a one game tomorrow then, Gary. But of course, we've got a busy weekend of fixtures ahead of us. We got Australia against Fiji, France up against Argentina, and of course the box up against New Zealand. And I'm picking up plenty of sentiment towards the Springboks at the moment.
Plenty. That's where the money's going. The money this weekend so far is going all for South Africa and a lot of money for Fiji as well. And I mean, I certainly understand the Fiji side of it. Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, at the end of the day, we all know there's nobody that really likes Australia, let's be honest, as doing well in this tournament. Is there anybody there that's predicting Australia even get to the final? If they are, let them put their name on the site and forever be shamed, you know? But I don't think that anybody is honestly believing that Australia can get to the final. So that's why the money's coming. Bad conditions expected. And, yeah. I don't
just enjoying some of the comments. A couple of Shrudies have picked up Japan drop goal, Johan Jucho.
Yeah, and then there you go.
Gerard Wursthuizen's giving himself a chance. He's gone no score. Can you imagine that?
No score, no chance.
No score, no chance. So fair enough when everyone else gets in before you. So what's the handicap sitting there at the moment, Gary?
On the SA game. We still at 7.5, but there's a little bit of 5.5 as well floating around now. You know what I mean? So it's all all starting to, the differences in markets are all starting to show up everywhere. No, it's going to be hell of a exciting. There's no doubt about that. You know what I'm saying? We're still sticking to 7.5. We don't like to move spreads if we can avoid it. You know, we don't like to lose markets. We like to rather move the price in the market and everything. So we're stuck at 7.5, 8 to 10 South Africa, even money New Zealand on the minus. Phew, that's a pretty good spread, isn't it, Brent?
That is. It is a good spread. I mean, I even think the draw's a big runner in this game, Gary. I mean, I think I can't see either team running away with it. And I mean, they've played a couple of draws of late.
Yeah, of course. I think the last time they played was a draw. You know what I'm saying? So I hope it was.
Oracle reckons the value still with South Africa, but I guess we're ready for another competition. Should we do one on this game, Gary?
Yeah, let's do that one on there. Should we go? You choose one, Brent. Let's do one for 1,500 again.
Okay. How much is this for 1,500?
This is for 1,500. The last one was also for 1,500.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool. I'll make a note of that. So for 1,500, how about, I want to know which team's going to score the first try and in which minute? And shall we say, I guess getting the exact minute will be tough. So let's say you've got to be within 5.
Okay. Are we going for which team, which player, Brent, for which team?
Which team? So like New Zealand in the 37th minute, for example.
Okay. Then we'll have, I know what the next competition is. I'm ready with it. You know what I'm saying? I know what my question is. And I think we finish off with, you know what I mean, first try scorer for both teams as well, with something nice and big. You know, I think okay, there you go. Who won we got the, no man, Gerard is not that.
Japan. Gerard's been drinking. Japan, we're talking about the box game.
You know, there you go. And Oz 12th minute. Now these are dinkum.
Yeah. We are talking about the box game here, gentlemen.
You know, but yeah, let's see where we go. Okay. You know, no, this is going to be a good one. I mean, I'll be honest. I think that we're going to earn our pay, our keep just in doing the admin this week, Brent?
Yeah, no, I think so. And it's going to be a hectic week. I think we can hire Hein as a PA. He can do the admin in the back end. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. And it's been bugging me who Henrik looks like with that cap on, that hat, right? And it's definitely long before his time. But do you remember in Dallas a guy called Ray Krabs?
Right. The black sheep of the brother. He was like the loser brother.
Yeah, but except he used to bang Lucy. I don't know if you remember that in the first one. I think that's why.
He wasn't such a big loser then.
You know, yeah, exactly. So, that's who he looks like there. You know, very good.
Ray Krabs, I do remember that. I don't know if Hendrik will, as you say, it's probably a little bit before his time. Okay, but I think the guys have had enough time for that one, Gary. Let's go straight into the next one because while we're on this game, you said you had a question in mind.
Okay, let's go for 500 Rand. What age did I lose my virginity?
Oh, no.
I mean, I know what it is. I'm not going to lie, you know. And I mean, you can go for no score and say that it hasn't happened yet. That's a definite right.
Gerard can go for that. Okay, I'm dying to see the answers here.
Let me get on the chat here and see what they're coming up with there.
Okay, we got Henrik 13, Donnie 16, Jason Denman didn't. Jesus, the chat's going so fast. And then Gerard Oosthuizen asks, "You lost your virginity?"
There you go. I'm not giving away anything, you know. There you go. Ray Krebs is still alive at 73. Very good.
49.
Nobody's up. I'll be honest with you. Mark, not far away. Mark, you okay? Let's see. As soon as I see the number come up straight away. No, health card, no. I'm a little bit, no. I don't want to say who the closest is at this stage.
Yes.
Give it away. No. Brent, you don't know this, so you can even have a go. The only person that disqualified is the girl that was involved in it. You know what I'm saying?
And she's still in therapy, so I don't think we have to worry about her.
No. Let me tell you something, right? I'll be honest with you. It shouldn't count. That's how bad she was. You know what I'm saying?
She's
You know what I'm saying? They've been a few close. Somebody will get it in the next couple. If you just go through the numbers there, you know? No. Is that you, Brent? That good for the game?
Yes.
Not bad. It's not taking long. Nobody's got it. Oracle, not bad. We're only going to give it another 3 more guys to get it. You look at the number, there's one number that's missing, sort of in between things, you know? No. So there's just 2 more people that are allowed to have a go at this one, and then we're going to carry it forward. Last guess, and the monkey is going to be safe. The last guess is, no, right, safe. We can save the money. The answer was 12.
Jeez. Okay.
You know? I've got witnesses, but yeah. So there we go. We'll come up with another one later. You know what I'm saying? But all right,
Sean was pretty close. He predicted it took you 12 seconds.
Let me tell you something. I'll tell you what, I remember afterwards I had to hitch home. We used to hitch around Joburg, right? I'm sure people aren't really into this, but there was no TV. I don't know. There definitely wasn't TV. Or maybe no, there was TV, but you never used to watch sport. You only used to watch the news, you know. I have got witnesses. My one mate, Richard, was there with me. He batted first. I came in first drop, as it turns out. You know what I'm saying? So Richard was in the room. We won't mention the girl's name, but Richard was in the room. But on the way home, I'm hitching home on Louis Burta, and the car stops and we get in, and I remember listening to a cricket match, and the guy batting. Let's do this. I'll tell you what we're going to do.
But Zach actually said 12, Gary. It's been pointed out on the show. Zach Block said 12.
He had 14 guesses. I mean, if you just go there and put everything between 11 and 30, right, you're going to get it right. Yet, it wasn't his first guess. He's not getting the monkey, right? So,
fair enough.
A guy got a lot of runs for Natal that day. I was a Natal cricket supporter, right? Got a lot of runs for Natal. I'm going to give you a couple of clues. I want to see if the guys can get this. He kept wicket for Natal, right? The first person to get his name can get the monkey. And I'll say nobody will get this. And if anybody does, I'll be really impressed. His name is the same as a South African golfer, not a very famous South African golfer. He plays on the Sunshine Tour. And I think it means if somebody's not big, they would get this nickname. The guy who's got it in the South African PGA Tour is a big bloke. But it means small, I think, the first name. If people can tell me who he was, the Natal wicketkeeper, right? They're going to get the 500 Rand.
He scored.
Well, let's see if anybody comes up there. This is a difficult one.
Okay, I'll tell you, I don't know if Couch can bring some of those answers up, but we got Trevor Madsen.
No, long before his time. After Trevor Goddard. But Trevor doesn't mean small, guys. Think about a golfer, South African golfer. He probably won on the Sunshine Tour before. I want somebody to get this one. I want to give away the monkey. Let's go with...
Oh, I know the South African golfer you're talking about. He's quite a big golfer.
Let me ask you a question. This golfer, his surname, it's synonymous with a famous sport in England. He won the World Cup, am I right?
Yes. He's also James Bond.
What's that?
He's also one of the guys who played James Bond, his surname.
Absolutely. One exactly, 100%. So they should have the surname now. We're only going to give them another. We haven't spoken much about sport. But for 500 Rand, the guy, he's got it. Brent's got it, absolutely. So the South African golfer, his first name, you should have got it, we're only allowing 2 more guesses from here. His first name was, his surname, the South African golfer's surname, he shares it with this guy, is Moore. So you need to go think of the first name of the South African golfer and then put it to the Natal wicketkeeper. Let's see if anybody can get that right. See, these people are too young.
I think they are.
You know? All right, so we'll just give another 30 seconds there and then we said no already to Errol Stewart. Which golfer surname? Errol Moore. Who did Errol Moore, there you go, Johan Hugo gets the money.
Yes, okay, you got it. So what does Johan get there, Gary?
Wait, he's got to give us the surname. Teach you. That the golfers teach Moore. What was the cricketer's surname? You haven't got it yet, Johan. You've got to give us a Natal wicketkeeper whose first name started with Titch. You knew that, eh, Brent?
I knew the golfer. The moment you said the golfer, I knew it was Titchmore, but I got no idea who the wicketkeeper is that you're talking about.
Now I'm starting to doubt myself. He played at the same team as Barry Richards played for. He played in the same team as Mark Proctor played for. You know? Let me just make sure I've got it, you know? I've definitely got it. It's a very well-known surname. One more guess. Come on. Let's see.
I think the guys are flummoxed with this one, Gary. And the
There
problem
you
is,
go.
I played before Google, so no one even knows it.
Get some money. It's up to Henrik if you want to split it with anybody there that came out first with Kevin, but that's, you know what I mean.
So what's the answer?
Titch Smith.
Titch Smith. Okay, got it. Right, we'll work out I think it was Henrik who was the winner there. Vin also coming up with the answer, and all sorts of answers coming up. Gary, other games this weekend that have attracted a lot of money. I would imagine, like Oracle Rugby says, the Argentina-France game is a massive one, because, I mean, that effectively, you'd think, decides who goes through in that pool.
Yeah, definitely. Whoever wins that game will go through. Is that one not another one where there's a draw possibility? I don't believe we're going to get to the World Cup without at least one, if not two draws, Brent?
Yes.
So there's 40 games. There's not going to be a draw there's definitely not going to be a draw in the Japan-Russia game or the Namibia game or any of those games. You know what I'm saying? So if you start looking at the close games and taking your 25 to 1, 30 to 1 the draw, I think you're going to be a big runner in these games.
Yeah, no, I think you definitely get. I think I saw a spread on the draw. I think it was under 1.5 draws or something like that. And I think there's definitely going to be, especially when we get to quarters to the final stage. Oracle reckons no draws. But why don't we do a correct score competition then, or why don't we do a winning margin one for this game, Gary? Which team's going to win? And by how many points?
Okay, let's go 1,000 Rand with that one.
Okay, 1,000 Rand. And closest person gets it. Let's say you got to be within 3 points, though.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Okay. So that's just to clarify, guys, that's the Argentina-France game that we're talking about there. And we'll let the answers come in there. We talk about the other game on Saturday, and that's Australia against Fiji. Now, everyone's talking about this as a potential banana peel for the Aussies.
I'm not so sure it is. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time Fiji proved to be a banana peel, whatever you want to call it, for any major rugby side? They always just flat deceive, don't they? When was the last time they won a rugby game against a side ranked higher than them in the world? They just don't seem to do it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, for some reason, you always think as a punter, sure, Fiji, they're big, they're quick, they're talented, they've got all these things. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they just don't go and get the results. And I don't think they're going to get a result against, like I said, an Australian side that I don't like at all, But what do you think there, Brent?
Yeah, no, I do think Australia will get past them. I also can't see Fiji causing an upset, but I can see one of those games where suddenly they get back into it near the end and Australia perhaps have some nervous moments. But it's not a game that I've studied up particularly hard. But I do think that Fiji are going to be decent. Of all the, let's call them third or second tier teams, if you look at, I think Japan and Fiji are the two teams to watch, Gary.
Yeah. Maybe, But I mean, there's some other interesting games. Okay, obviously Italy and Namibia is not interesting at all. But I mean, I think that for me, when I say interesting, I mean England-Tonga, I think will be a very interesting game. I expect England to run away with it. But, World Cups are about peaking at the right time, Brent. And, are these sides really going to be at their absolute peak now? I'm sure none of them really want to be even, maybe even New Zealand don't want to peak on Saturday. They've got another 5.5 weeks of cricket, of rugby to get through. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that was India's problem in the World Cup cricket. They came there on top of the world. And I believe the Indians, and I know we're talking about history here, but I believe the India cricket side peaked at the RPL.
Yes.
Right? And that's why they didn't shape in the World Cup. That's what I honestly believe. Because if you go through that side, they weren't the third or fourth. They're much better than that. Fiji will beat Wales. Johan, I'm begging you. It's enough of the brandy now, my mate. Fiji not going to beat Wales. That I promise you. You know what I'm saying? But no. Johan, obviously, we're all entitled to our opinion. I'm only pulling your leg. Of course they can. Anybody can beat anybody. A red card somewhere is going to have a big influence on this World Cup. I have no doubt about that.
Yeah, no, I think I agree with you there, Gary. I think just Henrik mentioned the USA are strong. Anu saying 14-10 USA to beat Tonga. That does sound like a big price if there's 14. I would have thought USA would start favourites.
Yeah. That doesn't sound right to me. I'm scrolling down here. Argentina, Tonga, Japan, Ireland, Georgia, Uruguay, Australia, Wales. Let's have a look here. And I don't go that far down. But I haven't. I'm only looking.
In the meantime, I've got a question for the guys. Okay, Gary. It's one I'll just have to take my word on. It's my favorite rugby player, let's say, of all time. Okay. And I'll give a few clues as we go. And the first thing I'm going to tell them is that he played number 8. Okay, guys can have multiple guesses on this one because it's flipping difficult. No, he's not a current player. Okay. I'll give the guys, he played number 8 and he played, I'm not going to give them an era just yet, but he played for Western Province. And I'll see if any of the guys can pop up with
national player.
Sorry? He did play national rugby. He did play national rugby.
Rugby player. The minute you said that, and this isn't a guess, obviously I can't guess, but before you even said he was a number 8 for Western Province, Morne du Plessis came into my mind. That was the telepathy I got from you, right?
I'm going to cut it. I thought I'd have to give another clue, Gary. I thought I'd have to give a clue that he played for Australia, even though he played for Western Province. And Gerard Oosthuizen got it. Tiaan Strauss.
Yeah, Henrik got it straight away.
Yeah, Henrik was just after Gerard. Gerard was first up there.
Your favorite rugby player, Brent? That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm impressed that the guys got it because it's not like I talk about Tiaan Strauss every week anymore, you know? So
no. It was the one night when we did the show from your bedroom and you got the picture above him on your headboard.
That must be it.
That must be it. I promise you one thing. Nobody will guess my favorite rugby player of all time. I'm happy to give that one. Let's start that one off, and my dad can't enter, but because he would know. Actually, I hope my dad doesn't watch the show. You know what I mean?
I'm kind of hoping he's wondering what he let his 12-year-old son get away with.
Yeah, exactly. He's lucky it was his son and not his daughter. That would have been a nightmare.
That's for damn sure.
Let's start off we're going to start off at 2,000 Rand and we're going to take off 200 Rand for every clue that I give. You're allowed 2 guesses. When you've had your 2 guesses, you're automatically disqualified. But so 2,000 Rand, I have to give you a clue.
Okay.
The clue is, I can't give you more than one clue. No, one clue to start off. He played centre. Yeah, and we're only going to give the clues for about 25 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And guys can only guess. Guys can only guess twice. So you can have a flyer now early, but your next one you got to be sure of because after that you're disqualified. Obviously, we'll rely on your honesty there, guys, not to predict more than twice. Although we obviously can go back and check. But okay, we got our first answers coming through. Okay, Philip Seller.
I'll tell you something, Oracle. If I had to choose one of my least favorites, right? You hit the money on the head there. The Bet Berry didn't come one of my least favorites in there. Least favorites. But that's quite interesting that you say that. Right. I think the question is who's my favorite rugby player? You know, and the first clue was that he played centre. I'm now going to throw the next spanner in the works and say and this is to take off another 200. Donnie Gerber was my second favorite rugby player of all time. I saw that one coming up there now. Okay, so my next one is just to take out the Tim Horan ones. He was South African.
He was
Oracle blew his line there, 2 in a row. Philip Snyman. Jesus, they're coming up with no. These really, really difficult. See, most of the people this is a free hint. Most of the people are too young to even remember him. This is going back to Titch Smith and before days, you know what I'm saying? Money Kizru, after Money Kizru, Johan. A little bit after Money Kizru. Not a hell of a lot after that. Now you can get it. I better give another clue quickly. Otherwise somebody's going to get it. Not Henry Honourable. My next clue is he played. Once I give you the province, the first, you're going to get it quickly, guys. So now we're down to 1,600 Rand in free bets. 1,400 Rand. And I'm going to tell you the province he played for. He played for Free State. I'll say somebody will get it on that hint. You think
was he definitely a centre?
Definitely a centre.
Wasn't Crazy Pienaar the fullback?
No. And it wasn't Ruin Pienaar.
Okay, I think I've got it. Does it start with an H and then is the first word, first name with an H?
No.
Oh.
You know? Oh, well, you also
was thinking along my lines. Helgard Muller.
No. See, you people are all too young. All right. Here comes the next hint, and now you're definitely going to get it for 1,200 Rand. His first name and his surname started with the same letter.
Yeah. The Oaks are stretching their heads here on this one.
No, because they're all so young, you know what I'm saying? They need to be 53 like me. The first test match I ever saw was in 1970. I was only 4 years old.
1970. Whoa. Yeah, no, I don't know if anyone's going to get this one, Gary.
Huh?
I don't know if anyone's going to get this one.
Really, it's hard to believe, eh? Hard to believe. He's known as a great crash tackler. Probably the best tackler that you would have ever seen, even by today's standards, you know?
Henrik's gone Jochie Janssen.
It's the money again.
On the money.
On the money.
Excellent.
You know?
Well done, Henrik. Henrik did say that, I think the other one he was giving to someone else. So well done, Henrik. You got that one. So, Gary,
can I just tell Oracle one quick story about Clippy's Kritzinger, Brent? Have we got time for it quickly?
Clippy's Kritzinger played for Diggers, and he was my club chairman when I played. That's the story I'll tell you.
From the state, what happened with Clippy's Kritzinger? There's once I went to a quiz, and they asked a question in the quiz, and I knew the answer because I was at the rugby match, right? It was the last test match between the 1974 British Lions and the Springboks, and it was at Ellis Park, and I drew 13 all. I went there with my dad. I watched the test. We got hammered in the 3 tests before that, right? And the only try that South Africa scored was scored by Clippy's Kritzinger. I saw it with my own eyes, right? Anyway, I go to the quiz and I ask the question, and I'm going to win the quiz. I can't miss it. It was touch and go until then. I put down Clippy's Kritzinger, and out comes the answer, right? Somebody else. I mean, I've now forgotten the guy's name. Pete somebody, the other flank, right? And they give it to the other guys that got it right. So I say, no, objection. I saw it with my own eyes. Anyway, they come back to me, and there's guys there that got it right. He was the journalist that wrote on the game. So I thought, bullshit, this can't be right. I saw it with my own eyes. I phoned my poor dad. I woke him up at 11:30 at night. I said, Dad, didn't leave the witness. Who scored in the far corner for the Springboks in 1974 in the 13-all draw? Without hesitation, Clippy's Kritzinger, right? So now I have a bet with the journalist, right? We have a bottle of whiskey, whatever it is. But now you can't find it anywhere. Eventually, I find Clippy Kritzinger's phone number. I phoned him up one Saturday morning. I said, hello, Clippy. I think I might have called him Stones or whatever it was. No, I didn't. I said, hello, Clippy. My name's Gary Lentin. You remember that try you scored against the British Lions in 1974? He says, look, I'd like to take the credit for it, but it wasn't me. I mean, what an idiot I felt like. You know what I'm saying? I've done the whiskey. Not that I ever settled the whiskey, you know what I'm saying? But anyway.
Gary, it's 7 minutes till my next show starts. I'm going to suggest we move into the last question of the day because I've still got to get invites out to the people. So what are we going to end off with?
We're going to end off with a tough one, guys. They can email this to you, Brent.
Okay.
Winner and second place in every group. Winner of the 4 quarterfinals. Winner of the 2 semi-finals. Winner of the 3rd place playoff. There is a 3rd place playoff, I would imagine. Am I right?
There is.
Brent? Yeah, and winner of the final. Obviously, if there's any ties, the finals have preference over all the other things, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to give a prize big enough that will split it up between the guys. It's all these prizes are free bets, and they come with all the normal conditions. But you know me, we got the best turnover clauses. Do this one for everybody. Email you. Should we do it? 10,000 Rand, Brent?
Okay. So basically, they've got to email me the quarterfinals because that'll tell us who was first and second in the group. And then they've got to predict, they've got to tell you who's in the semis and who's in the final and who wins and who comes third.
Exactly. That's where we are.
Perfect. Okay, guys, the email can come to Brent at goodforthegame.co.za. 10,000 up for grabs. If one person gets it correct, he gets the whole lot. If there's more than one winner, then they'll split the vouchers.
That's it. You know, all good.
Excellent. Gary, thanks very much. Couch, thanks for manning the controls. We'll have a good look at the show tomorrow. I'm actually not sure what we've given away, but it's been a good load of vouchers and good chatting to you. Interesting to hear some part of your history today, Gary.
It was a lot of fun. We'll talk next Thursday night. Guys, enjoy the rugby. We're there in play for every single game from when it kicks off until the 70th minute. If you've got any queries or any questions or suggestions, you're always welcome to get hold of me. And, you know, let's hope for the best for the Springboks, for those of you that have backed them. And we'll know a lot more after Saturday. Excellent.
Guys, please stay tuned for Rugby Chat That Matters. That's the handicap starting in about 5 minutes. Gary Lentin, thanks very much. We'll chat next week. Good having you on the show as always. And thanks to all the guys in the live chat as well. It was a pleasure. Thanks to Couch. Couch, you can end the show in a couple of seconds because we've got to get the invites out. Guys, please do join us at 9 o'clock. We're going to have a massive panel to talk about some of the opening games and, of course, some of the long-term markets. Thanks, chaps.